Hello everyone, I'm Ronald Mehta and welcome back to marketing91.com. We provide management and marketing training to students and professionals worldwide through our courses, videos and community. This video is part of our comprehensive take on the gamut of human resource management. Let's start with the introduction to human resource management. The gamut of human resource management, also known as HRM, entails a strategic approach to managing people, as in employees in an organization, productively and effectively so that they provide the company with a competitive edge, thus known as human resource management, also known as HRM or HR. Moving forward, well, the scope of HRM includes these 8 broad areas, starting with human resource planning, job analysis design, recruitment and selection, orientation and induction, training and development, performance appraisal, compensation and remuneration, and finally, the gamut of industrial relations. In this video, we'll cover these topics briefly with live examples and case studies. And in the future videos under the gamut of HRM, we will have individual videos on each topic described in detail. Let's start with the first one, human resource planning. Human resource planning is the process by which a company determines number of vacant positions, whether it has an excess of employees or a lack of them, and how to cope with the surplus or shortfall. For instance, in mid-2022, Qatar Airways received over 20,000 applications for the post of pilots to fill just 700 positions, with all candidates being qualified and type-rated. Moving on to job analysis. Job analysis is another crucial aspect of human resource management. Job analysis provides a full overview of each job for the firm. It comprises both the element of job description and job specification. The firm creates employment advertisements based on this job analysis. Now looking at an example of recruitment, in this case, Starbucks tapping social media to invite applicants. Starbucks regularly taps social media as a recruiting tool, including Instagram and Twitter. The hashtag, as mentioned above, was used to interact with users on social media. As stated by Starbucks recruitment marketing manager for the global talent acquisition team, the upcoming generation of talent is using social media to research jobs, review companies, and recommend employers. And if you are not there to proactively respond to questions and storytell, they are doing it for you. Moving on to number 3, screening and hiring. The company publishes advertisements through various channels like recruitment portals, newspapers, and provides job descriptions and details. Based on the applications received, suitable candidates are screened for interviews and successful candidates are selected for the roles. Next comes the element of orientation and induction. An induction orientation session is held for new employees whereby they learn about the company ethos and background. They also gain an understanding of the internal values and culture of the organization and get an opportunity to interact with existing employees. Well, orientation these days are incomplete with a welcome kit. A new hire tradition during onboarding that has become extremely popular and often highly promoted is the welcome kit. Here are a few examples. Well, Salesforce, their welcome kit contains a name tag, stickers, books, a gift certificate, and very importantly, a toy gun. On the other hand, right, their kit includes a mug, a pair of socks, a planner, a pen, a pencil, task manager, t-shirt, and a tote bag. Moving on to number 5, training and development. Employees undergo training programs aimed to equip them with the skills required for effective job performance. Learning and development programs encompass the entire organization, including older employees that require refresher training. At number 6 is performance evaluation. Formal performance evaluation, also known as performance appraisal, is held at least once a year, that is annually. The employee's performance and conduct at work are evaluated by the manager and the HR department. The appraisal usually helps determine future promotions, pay raises, and bonuses. Well, if you talk about training and development, let's take a stab at Apple. Training for Apple staff was modeled on the lines of hospitality major Ritz-Carlton. Apple retail staff undergo robust training before they are deployed on the sales floor. Before Apple deployed its store managers, they went through hospitality training at Ritz-Carlton. Apple's unique customer service is modeled on the luxury hotel's exemplary hospitality standards. Well, Apple's mantra is pretty clear. Each customer is cordially welcomed, possible addressed by their name, and bid a kind farewell in 3 basic steps of customer care provided by Apple stores. Well, this all started thanks to Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs polled prominent members of Silicon Valley before opening of the first Apple store to find out about their finest customer service encounters. Well, almost everyone at the Valley he spoke with recalled a positive Ritz-Carlton encounter. Jobs used the concierge desk concept to create the Apple Store's trademark Genius Bar, a customer service counter in the store. It seems fitting that Apple retail store would equate its service to those of a company with a reputation for providing outstanding customer care service, since the Ritz-Carlton is the golden standard in customer service. Moving on to number 7, compensation and benefits. It is the HR department's responsibility to implement salary and compensation plans. These are governed by different regulations for compensation and the perks depending on countries. Next and final is the gamut of industrial relations. Establishing cooperative relationship with union members is a critical aspect of human resource management. Now, these typically caters to manufacturing organizations. By doing this, the firm will be able to avoid strikes and lockouts and guarantee efficient operations. We look at examples for both. For compensation, let's take a stab at the highest paying companies in 2022. Good pay has a strong propensity to draw in the brightest minds and to keep them motivated to perform at the top of their game. For instance, Twitter's annual median total salary in 2022 stood at a ballpark of $165,000. Next is Google at $162,000 and Facebook at $152,000 as the annual median total salary. Moving on to a case study of industrial relation. In this case, the example of Maruti Manasa's plant violence, where the industrial relations went haywire. Well, the incident was a disciplinary incident with one employee is said to have triggered the ensuing events of violence at the factory. Along with a number of other requests, the unions demanded that the employee be promptly reinstated. One of those demands was that contract workers would receive the same pay as permanent staff. The factory management was reluctant to consider any union demands and relations grew more strained. On June 18, 2012, the final day of negotiations, a group of workers ransacked the Maruti Suzuki plant in Manesar in India. When a battered man was inside the building, they set it on fire. It was Maruti Suzuki General Manager of HR, Mr. Kumar Dev. He perished after being set ablaze. Well, the aftermath, as you can imagine, fire safety systems were severely damaged and 2 plants were partly set on fire. Up to 91 employees were detained. A government probe was ordered. 550 of the 1,500 workers from the facility were fired in relation to the incident. 600 employees were named in the complaint made by Deepak Anand, the plant's former general manager, for manhandling and rioting as well as murder and attempted murder. On August 21, 2012, Maruti resumed manufacturing and its factory under tight and heavy security. And on March 10, 2017, ballpark 5 years after the incident, the court found 31 Manesar plant manufacturing employees guilty and exonerated 117 others. Ultimately, as per Ajay Seth, the CFO of MSI stated, due to the violence, the overall loss of production was about 77,000 units of vehicles. Well, that's it folks. This brings an end to the topic on the introduction of HRM, which also includes taking a stab at the scope of HRM, broadly 8 of them. These are the list of sources and links referred to for our content in the video. Thank you and stay tuned for more videos.